a brand new decade, time really does fly. Stronger bosses and stronger equipment, we'll really have to try. 24 full years of questing, making dead we've never been. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2010. Welcome back to April 12th, 2010. Been doing a bit more woodcutting and fletching over at the yew trees near Catherby. Made another 378,000 coins from selling the bows to the general store there. Bring our cash stack up to 4.8 million. So that's pretty good. Did enough of the woodcutting and fletching to be exactly where we want to be here. In north of Falador. Would have been in Lumbridge before 2012, when Wilford here is moved over here. But that's alright. We just need to chop one final tree here, after going through all of this. Wood cutting. It existed all the way back at the start. Of course, it wasn't particularly useful, mostly only for making some fires for cooking things. Also, there was only regular logs and regular axes. So at the start, we're just making logs to make some fires to cook some chickens in January of 2001. We're level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just a whole bunch of chicken for fighting and cooking, training, and stuff. Level 11, making even more chicken. Needed log for a fire in April 2001. And then fishing happened, which is another great reason to chop some logs and make a fire nearby where you're fishing. So that's level 12 in June 2001, and also 13. Fishing train continued in July 2001. Making fires, need the logs. We're cutting 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then September fishing. Chopping down trees for 19, 20, and 21. It was at this point where we went and got a better axe, because that was now an option and something that would actually matter. So, still in September, for 22 woodcutting and trained firemaking, we get a mithril axe, which we must have made because of the smithing requirements and everything. And also, no drop sources, and also changes to drop tables, etc., etc. Yeah, mithril axe, better than bronze. And that let us train some firemaking here for level 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. That's a quest requirement. I don't think that's relevant just yet, since it's still 2001. But a nice bit of firemaking training also. So that's fun. In March of 2002, coming with the release of fletching, another reason to have more logs. And also possibly different kinds of logs now. That was also added later here. So yeah, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Making different fletching stuff. And then in April 2002, we continued fletching. And woodcutting while fletching. To get the logs, obviously. That's level 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and 61 woodcutting. Wild stuff. In May of 2002, we got 62 woodcutting from finishing Monk's Friend. Just a little bit of woodcutting XP from that. Very fun that it got a level. And then in June 2002, it was back for more fletching. Getting woodcutting 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70. milestone, etc., etc. July 2003, we managed to just get it chopping a few logs, do some fishing, and cooking the fish. And then a bit of a jump to March 2004, where we now have the Rune Axe that we had to get for Legends Quest. So we're going to make good use of this and train some fletching with all the higher level logs we can chop with our best we can get for now axe. That's all 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, and 78. And then May 2004, fletching, 79 woodcutting. June 2004, more fletching, 80 and 81 woodcutting. In July 2004, 82 and 83. In August 2004, 84, 85, 86, and 87. And 88. Just still doing a whole bunch of fletching. In September 2004, still fletching, 88 and 89. 89 and 90 woodcutting. October 2004, 91. And then, a bit of fire making, still in October 2004, for 92 woodcutting. And there ended the Rune Axe, because it had to go. Because we had to do something, and we couldn't keep it. Lots of reasons, even more now. And then, since we didn't have their best axe, we didn't do much more woodcutting for a while. Because it wasn't until the release of Construction in August 2006 that we get 93 woodcutting. And then May 2007, doing more construction for 94 woodcutting. January 2008, doing some fletching, got 95 woodcutting. May 2008, doing some fishing, cooking, fire making, woodcutting for 96. October 2009, fire making got 97 woodcutting. January 2010, fletching got 98 woodcutting. The adamant hatchet has really carried us through here. So we chop one last tree, and there is 99 woodcutting. Wild. Wild stuff. Also fletch it, because why not? Get an extra 10 fletching XP. Fletching and fire making have really fallen behind woodcutting by quite a bit. And also we need the logs for construction, so there's going to be plenty more woodcutting in the future here. Depending on how we decide to do things. At any rate, well, that is a primal hatchet in Daemonheim. To be on the lookout for that from one of the bosses that drops that. Also could just get a Prometheum hatchet. That would also be a plus compared to the Gorgonite we currently have. Skill mastery. Get a skill cape with a chance of receiving bird's nests. That's kind of just the effect of the bird nest rabbitfoot amulet, so that's fine. And double sentinel fragments that don't exist, and we already have all of them, and we can't make the set yet, so yeah. 99 woodcutting. Wild stuff. So let's get that cape from Wilfred here, who, again, is supposed to be in Lumbridge still. Wow, it's not often I meet someone as accomplished as you in woodcutting. Seeing as you're so skilled, maybe you're interested in buying a skill cape of woodcutting. Yes? Please. 99,000 coins. I have the money right here, actually. Or if I click the wrong button. Yes, please. I have the money right here, actually. Excellent. Wear that cape with pride, my friend. Woodcutting skill cape. Makes a lot of sense with our hatchet and woodcutting outfit. We also got an emote for it. And a boost. Just chopping at a tree. Having a good time. This bird is having a less good time, being flopped all over the place. He's doing his best. Yeah. There's another 99. The 5th. We got ranged, thieving, cooking, fishing, now woodcutting. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But the woodcutting cape is not going to be what we need for now. Just going to be another one in the cape rack here for use later as a combat cape. We also, if we're going to do melee, the fire cape's just better. So, that's fine. We also have the range cape in here as another option. And we also went and got the thieving cape for reasons that are going to make sense soon. Store the fire cape. We'll go ahead and store the lumberjack outfit. I'm not really doing much combat right now. That's alright. And if we are, we'll just whack him with an adamant hatchet. Not the best choice, obviously, but it gets the job done, kinda. We're kind of just waiting on more combat options here in the future. We're getting there. We're getting there. And to get there, we need to go through some updates. On April 14th, 2010, the servers were shut down, and there was a 30-minute rollback due to a bug introduced in Dungeoneering. There's been a series of bugs and bug fixes and changes over the last few days for Dungeoneering. Huge thing, lots of stuff going on. But this one was one of the most severe. Changed the XP for making some runes to be ludicrously high, so people could just go in there and get millions of rune crafting XP per hour. A little bit broken, so that needed to be fixed and removed. Unfortunate for anybody that got some rare drops in those 30 minutes. Rollbacks, last resort, but very necessary when it happens. On April 15th, 2010, the Fun Orb game Star Cannon, now available on iPhone and iPad Touch. The eventual closing down of Fun Orb, I have to see if any of the mobile games still exist. It's neither here nor there. On April 19th, 2010, forum maintenance and reshuffle to the forums. Got some new discussion forums, groups, based on membership and total level. Go talk to other noobs about what you're doing. Have a fun time. On April 20th, 2010, there's going to be a live Dungeoneering Q&A on the forums tomorrow. So get your questions coming in when that thread opens up. It's going to be great. On April 21st, 2010, patch notes. Black full helmets are now available in helmet shops, and as drops from some NPCs. Presumably they were available from other NPCs or something, or somewhere. Not that we're too worried about black full helms. They were in shops before, so now they're in more shops? I don't know. It's been a weird history of the black items. Drops only, weird places. It's been a whole thing. The Easter emotes will always display as unlocked if they are unlocked. The Ancient Mace special attack has been fixed, and just even more tons of Dungeoneering fixes. Lots of stuff happening over at Daemonheim. Speaking of which, we're going to teleport over to Daemonheim to look at one of the biggest changes here. Specifically, the rewards have been changed in price. Significantly reduced, pretty much across the board. And any extra points you've spent have been refunded. So now, the prices are mostly what they should be. A couple things are weirdly different, like the Scroll of Augury, which doesn't exist anymore, the gem, the coal bag, which is a smithing thing later, with mining and smithing rework, the Scroll of Renewal is much cheaper after the Evolution of Combat, when it's no longer any good. But for the most part, now I got 200,000 token chaotics, much cheaper everything else. For the most part, works out nicely. We have 66,000 tokens, so now that the prices are actually what they should be, we do have the option of getting something that actually would be helpful here. The Scroll of Renewal is not useful and not the right price. The Scroll of Augury doesn't exist. We don't even have enough tokens for those anyways. But we can get is the Scroll of Life. 25 farming, 10,000 tokens. Gives you a chance to get seeds back when farming, which can be really, really nice for more farming XP. Most things are 10%, like including herbs and allotments and stuff like that. There's also a 5% chance to get a tree seed back. And that even includes when the farmer removes the tree for you. So basically this is 5% more trees, which is essentially all of our farming XP currently. Might be doing more woodcutting, train more fire making or something. Not super necessary, maybe into construction, we'll see. But we also have some trees just around, and we're going to be getting more dungeoneering tokens. It's going to be fine. So I think getting this unlocked would be a good idea. We're going to buy the Scroll of Life. We can always do more dungeoneering and get another 10,000 tokens later, especially once more updates happen. We're going to buy one scroll here. Tons more scrolls in the future. But right now, this is actually potentially useful for us. Or we could get it when we actually go farming again. So, we'll get it now. Just more dungeoneering to do. It's going to be great. Read the Scroll of Life. The secret is yours. Read the scroll to unlock the long-lost technique of regaining seeds from harvesting and clearing farming patches. Ain't that something? Get more seeds from the actual plants themselves. What a wild thought. Anyways, this is dungeoneering. More things also happened, like voice acting for all the NPCs and the player in the tutorial. Styles, south of the Crownja volcano, is a new guy that will note raw and cooked tuna, lobsters, and swordfish for you. So if you fish on the dock there in Musa Point, you can go note your food without having to run back to Port Sarim and put it in the deposit box, if that exists. Just a little bit more convenient. There's also now clear and rake options on farming patches. Used to be like just use or something? I don't know. And the instant demo mode, now available for all players on the login screen. The instant demo has been available since like March 29th on affiliate sites like Miniclip. Essentially, you don't need to make an account. You can only go into the starter area, which is like Lumbridge, Varrock, Draenor. There's only 8 quests, 34 pink slots, all skills capped at level 20, and the strongest monsters are Moss Giants, which do drop some of the best things you can get. So, it's just an interesting little mini free-to-play. Go max out your instant demo account if you feel like it. Just an interesting little different kind of challenge. / preview, for the most part. The other main update for today is going with Slayer. Slayer challenges are now available from all Slayer Masters. Kurdal came out with a Slayer challenge. That was Jad. But now, every Slayer Master has one. Complete the special challenge for bonus Slayer experience and bonus Slayer points. We've got a basement full of monsters, go kill some dragons of different kinds, ravenous creatures in the swamps, experimental fungicide, the Calphite Queen, and every single thing in the Slayer Tower. Mostly they are quicker and easier, except kind of the Calphite Queen, depending on how you're doing. But in general, more spicing up the Slayer for a bit. I have to see if we can still get those. It's a whole system. On April 22nd, 2010, a blog on the new Void Knight series that's going to be coming out. 3 quests and a minigame going to be coming out in quick succession. Very similar to the Spirit of Summer, Summer's End, Corporeal Beast business. Just kind of a summer series situation. And also, the content team won a poll for who should be in the first video Q&A. Go submit your questions on the forums. That'll be great. And future polls on the website are going to be just open for everybody. And, as an added bonus, 1 poll participant per week will win a free month of membership. So, go answer some polls and have a 1 in tens of thousands chance to get $5, essentially. Any other ideas for future polls, go post those on another thread in the forums. Lots of stuff with the forums and polls and Q&As and such. Good stuff. On April 24th, 2010, RuneFest 2010 announced for August 28th in London. The first ever large-scale real-world fan event. It's gonna be pretty cool. And also, in London. So, getting over there from other places around the world take a little bit of effort. And also, just to set expectations, there will be alcohol at the event. So it's mostly suitable for adult fans. Anyways, on April 27th, 2010, some information about the RuneFest tickets. They're going to be first available to people that registered on runefest.com, and then general release the following day. It's going to be a 1-day event, £75. Lots of different stuff, including the Golden Gnome Awards live ceremony. It's very similar to the machinima contests from before, but this time with even more options. There's going to be all video sections for this one, for the first one. Make a short story or a music video, and then each of those comes in 3 options: machinima, in-game, animation, and live action. So go make your live action RuneScape music videos. Have fun. And there will be a poll for the top entries to see who wins. On April 28th, 2010, again repeating all the RuneFest ticket information, in case people missed the previous post about that. But also something happening at RuneFest will be insider sessions. A whole bunch of different discussions and presentations and events and things. Submit any additional ideas you have over on the RuneFest site. There's a few slots still open for things they could do. Back in-game, we got patch notes. The Santa suit clipping issues have been fixed. It's very large, so it makes sense to be clipping into everything, unfortunately. The seed drop table code has been refactored. There's a lot of different seeds on the seed drop table, so making it more efficient or something would be pretty good, since it rolls on a lot of different drop tables. The instant demo is no longer available in languages that don't have an instant demo server. Makes sense. Thieving NPCs will always play their attack animations when they stun you. Because previously, you were just taking damage and they were just staring at you. They have mind powers. No longer. Back up here in Daemonheim. Dungeoneering patch notes. No longer need any pouches or shards for doing summoning. It's just the charm and the extra bit item. There's herb seeds in the smuggler's shop. So I think technically we slightly messed up making those potions because there wasn't a seed there. Had to actually find a floor that had the seed or the herb to start with. Close enough. Would have been doable. Any items that people have smuggled out of the dungeon have now been removed, because people keep trying to do that. Since there's so many cool things down in here, you really want to just grab all the cool armor and stuff, have it equipped. That's later, though. The Scroll of Life that we just got has had its description made more clear. Chance of seeds, success or failure, etc., etc. Stat Spy works in the dungeon, so you can look at everybody's stats. Items that you thieve from chests won't disappear if you drop them. very strange. You can no longer skip the ferret trapping puzzle without actually trapping the ferret. Enemy generation no longer counts your summoning for your combat level. So, should be generally a little bit easier. And if you take the time to make a familiar, it makes it a little bit easier. More power for actually having the summoning levels. In general, we're already at the point where we are 99, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Getting plenty of high-level enemies down in there. Training summoning, or training dungeoneering when you're like level 1 stats, not as smooth whatsoever. We are well ahead of that. In other news, the logout interface now has options to exit to the lobby or log out completely. And you can, when you're in the lobby, you can press enter to quick reply to the last private message you got. That's fun. It's also been 2 weeks since the release of Dungeoneering, so now you can use XP lamps and the Tears of Gothics on it to get Dungeoneering XP. Unfortunately, we still can't do Tears of Gothics because of all these skills that don't exist yet. It's gonna be something when we get there. See what our lowest stats are at that point. One notable exception is the 400,000 XP at the end of While Gothic Sleeps. There's still a whole kind of a race to max level because that goes up to 120 Dungeoneering, which is 104 million XP. Not that anybody would likely have kept the 400,000 XP lying around, but if they did, that would have been a big jump. So that's going to be made available later. And we've also got the Lily of the Valley event going on. Go pick up a flower. Have a fun time. Oh yeah. Well, that's a lot of higher level stuff and new Dungeoneering business. Let's bring it all the way back down, once again, for the next quest. This is buyers and sellers. Sellers being the little underground bits and not selling things. Lumberage. 5 thieving. Get some logs. That is easily doable. Go down into the cellar. Should be perfectly fine. A whopping 5 thieving requirement. We have, of course, 99 thieving. We're wielding the thieving skill cape. Once again, anytime there's just a random low-level quest, we are ludicrously overqualified. We also would have been at this point anyways, so it's been time, and time keeps going. Chomp chomp. Here's our 1 log we need. Oh boy. There goes that regular trees now have multiple logs business. That was recent. At any rate, there's also a weird bug with the update where the trapdoor was not added or couldn't go down it for the first 30 minutes or something. It was like a hot fix and then an actual update came out. At any rate, trapdoor down here behind this house. That guy's not here yet. Brings us into the cellar. Wow. Where we find Darren Lightfinger, Chief Thief Robin, and some guy with a cat. Darren Lightfinger, how's it going? Ah, come in, come in. They're just about to get started. Don't let me stop you. Ladies and gentlemen of Lumbridge, tonight I stand before you to offer you the ultimate in opportunities. Offer you the chance to make your mark on a society rife with imbalance and folly. Offer you a chance to redistribute the wealth of our very civilization. Offer you the freedom to live your life without the need to worry whether your rent will be paid this month. I offer you the skills to pay your way through the costs everyone must face. Offer you vengeance against those who take and take, yet give nothing in return. Offer you justice at its most fundamental level. Some will say that I'm a scofflaw, a thief, a brigand. These people are correct. But I scoff at the law. It is because the laws as we know, is a tool that the man is using purely to keep us in our place. If I thieve, it is from those who have more money than they deserve and more than they need. And if I'm a brigand, it is only by the standards of those who I, brig. If you join me, I can offer you every opportunity for reward and for fame, or at least infamy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destiny. Welcome to the preliminary course. You find members in waiting of the underworld gentry. Here you will discover the techniques, the tricks, the training, and the trials that will mark your passage into the hidden elite. Here you will become the best of the best. Join the ranks of the steely-eyed exploiters of this world's bloated social parasites in a quest for community justice and personal enrichment. You will. Yes, we have a question. Isn't this the world-renowned... Is this it? The world-renowned guild is a cellar with 2 blokes and a straw dummy lurking in it? Well, how long has this guild been in operation? Yes? 2 weeks. And what is it you need done by your new members? Here's what we need. Money. Really, you amaze me. I know it's hardly the most high-flying goal, but we need to start somewhere. To be precise, we need to start by expanding this cellar into a headquarters befitting a major player on the global crime stage. I take it you have some sort of plan for doing this? Oh, of course I do. Even Lumbridge Castle's bank is a golden chalice of particular workmanship and value. I have found a willing buyer for it, and now it merely remains to collect the item in question. From the bank's vault. Oh, correct? And since the vault is not easily breached, we shall need the key from its owner. Its owner being... I shall send my right-hand man, Robin, to determine that as soon as I may. He shall be around to brief you in the castle grounds. Then you must merely acquire the key by stealth or by force. Open the vault, return the chalice, and... You seem to be assuming a certain amount here. Oh, but of course you'll help. I can offer you the best of training and the greatest of rewards for your assistance. In fact, let me have a look at your technique and see what we can do with you. Buyers and sellers. He's taking a look at our thieving technique. What do you think? What are you thinking? Oh, very well. Splendid. Let's get you set up then. This is the Mark I training dummy. It is designed for maximum pocket size and minimum observational skills, which, seeing as it is made of wood, straw, and canvas, that was not hard to achieve. It will suffice for early training and for testing, but if you have any talent at all, it will not be of use to you for long. Right, I want you to pick the pocket of that dummy as sneakily and as delicately as you possibly can. Sneak, sneak. Oh, I'm not here at all. Well, go on, pick its pockets. Here's the handkerchief. Amazing! I didn't even notice your hands move. I've never seen such virtuoso display, and, in fact, I didn't see that one either. I don't suppose you could give me some pointers. Well, alright. Just watch as I do, and see what you can pick up from my techniques. I'm just here. Just pickpocket it. Yoink. 8 XP. Remember, loose fingers, tight wrists. We got some more. Quickly in and out. Combat quicket. That's the ticket. We've got thieving sayings here. It's the eye of the Kayat. It's the will of the heist. Yoink. Handkerchief on, handkerchief off. Well, no, just handkerchief off, actually. Stolen. Yoink. Oh, papa, wait, that's the second act. Yoink. Once more with feeling. Whoop. And relax. 2,000 bonus experience. Got that? Those were inspired words, my friend. I couldn't have explained it nearly so well myself. Feel free to pass on my words to others who follow. I see the light. Thank you, my friend. We're just that good. If you're not level 5 thieving, you can pickpocket this dummy here until you are level 5. And then you can start the quest. At any rate, we are just that good. Greetings, my young recruit. You return. Can we get started? I'm ready. Excellent. I shall let Robin know. He should expect you then. You know what to do? Yep. Finding some fancy thing from the vault. Go talk to Robin at the castle. Best of luck then. Thanks. And here is Chief Thief Robin. Hello there. The guildmaster wanted me to be on hand in case you needed some more hints on picking pockets. What can I do for you? I've got it, thanks. I think I've got that under control. Use a training dummy if you like, but after a while you need to switch to real marks if you want to improve. What can I do for you? Nothing. I'm going to talk to you outside the castle. Yeah. So yeah, 2 weeks the thieving guild's been set up here. Not so impressive just yet. That's where we come in. They just need a professional to get this whole thieving guild off the floor here. Up and running. Doing great. We have area items, we don't need that on. Just overview. Yeah, we know where we're going. Buyers and sellers. Anyways. Robin is over here. Not yet Robin the castle. The purple owl croaks at dawn. Does it? Oh, never mind. I have some information for you. Go ahead. The chalice is no longer being held in the bank. Seems that the owner withdrew it a couple days ago and wandered off in the direction of Lumbridge Swamp. A wild-haired old man with a bad temper. Who'd want to live in a swamp? Someone who wants to be left alone, I'd imagine. Looks like that's my next stop. Anyway, no violence, if you please. We're thieves, not muggers. And priests tend to be well in with the gods. Be subtle, if an adventurer can be subtle. See if you can pick his pocket for the key. Good luck. Down in the swamps. We still have a whole fence here. It's also kind of this way now. Swamp changes. It's over there, then it's over there, then it's over there. Some old guy living in the swamp. We know the one. So let us go see him. I also might need more logs. Chopped into these swamp trees. We got logs. We might need more. Maybe definitely chop. There's us having all these sentinel fragments that don't exist. Sigh. I also need a tinderbox, realistically. Didn't say we did, but that's also the old version. Might as well grab a tinderbox here. Here's a grapple, which is still helpful because there's only half of a boat, half of a bridge there. Another change. There's Xenia and the Lumbridge Catacombs. All sorts of cool stuff. Let's just go grab a tinderbox. We could grab a tinderbox from the house or something, but at any rate, just need to constantly dealing with the fact the tool belt doesn't exist yet. Soon-ish. It's gonna happen eventually. Tool belt for all the tools. Money pouch for all the money. Eventually the currency pouch with all the other currencies. Updates will happen. We just need to get there. Yeah. Tinderbox. That should check out. Nope-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo. Chop some more trees. Doop-doop-doo. And there's more than one log. Again, that's also later. Lots of stuff here. Lots of stuff. That should be good. Okay. Not in Xanaris. It's instead right here with Father Ernie. Go away, I'm meditating. Nice chalice. Over there. That is a nice chalice. Aren't you afraid it'll be taken in lieu of mortgage payments? Are you just here to bother me? Can I have a look at the chalice? If you must. It's in a display case over there. I meant a closer look. It's only a couple of inches from the glass. Can I hold it? And get your grubby finger marks over it? I think not. The bailiffs are coming. Quick, hide the valuables. The thoughts I'm entertaining about you are worth another 3 months meditation, young man. Bye then. Bah. Need something more urgent to draw his eye. Perhaps Robin can help. What was that? Mumble, mumble, mumble. Quite. Pickpocket. For an old man, he's very alert. Can't get an opportunity to pick his pocket. He's very alert. Can stave off even the masterest of thieves. Open the display case. Firmly locked. He's got the key. Examine it. It's a nice piece. Shame the case is locked. Let's go get some info from Robin. Right back up this way. Should be great. We'll be even quicker once this wall is gone. Not the case yet. Not the case yet. Still doing with a couple walls that exist, also. In a few places. The walls keep tumbling down, though. That's the whole thing. Lots of events in the future. Father Ernie over in the swamp has the chalice in his hut, but I can't get the key off him. Might have to engineer a crisis then. Don't go setting fire to his house, though. A fire outside his window should do the trick. Is that not highly irresponsible? Normally I'd say yes, but the swamp is so marshy there's little danger of burning his house down and rendering him homeless. There should be some nice damp wood in that swamp. That rat was over his model there. He became a rat for a second. Wild stuff. Logs. Amazing. It's gonna be great. Bam. Back down into the swamp. Definitely need a tinderbox here for lighting a fire. Makes a lot of sense. Let's make him worried that his house is burning down so we can steal from him and take his key. A brilliant and completely rational thing to do. He's got some blinds on some of the windows here. Just going to light along here. And a few more, because why not? Those were fun like that. Just everywhere you can see it. Might be able to see through this one. One log might be enough, but if you're trying to convince someone their house is burning down, the more fires you light, the better. I always say. Go away, I'm meditating. Well, that's friendly. House, nice chalice. Nice chalice. Fire! Fire! Oh no, my house! That I built with my own 2 hands! Ha! Now's my chance to pick his pocket while he's distracted. Yoink. Take advantage of Ernie's panic to lift a complex-looking key from his pocket. Crazy kids, light a fire in my window. I'll teach you. Just don't pay attention to what's going on over here. Whoop. Quietly unlock the display case and remove the golden chalice from it. Oh, there you go. Easy as that. There we go. Looks very fancy. Very valuable to the right collector. It's also just a golden chalice in general, so that's pretty solid. In terms of potential value to just anybody in general. Is he here anymore? There he is. Meet up with him before we head back to the guild here, I suppose. Chief Thief. Robin. I stole Father Ernie's chalice. If I want to deliver it then, I'll see you there. Yep. Make sure there's no extra steps you need to do. Dust it for fingerprints, etc., etc. We're getting away with it scot-free here. Fantastic. Oh. Okay. Back into the super secret trapdoor here. There we go. Into the glorious guild. Darren Lightfinger. Greetings, my young recruit. Here we are. I'd like to talk about the caper I'm doing for you. Have you retrieved the chalice? Yeah, I have. Fantastic work. I knew I'd chosen wisely when I recruited you. Now we can expand the guild and do some proper training around here. Your buyer is still interested, I hope. Well, yes, of course. Why? Well, the chalice wasn't where you said it was, nor was the owner. Just wanted to make sure you had something right in all of this. I do appreciate a sense of humor in my members. It wasn't actually a joke, to be honest. To be honest? You don't want to be honest. You're a member of the illustrious Thieves Guild. Now get out there and make me proud, and both of us rich. With the chalice money, we complete the quest. 1 quest point, 500 thieving XP, access to the Thieves Guild literature, ability to collect hanky points. We'll get to that later. Thieves Guild pamphlet. Read the instructive document and feel rather more adept in pilfery and banditry. You gain 175 thieving XP. Better at larceny and stealing. Banditry and stealing. Oh boy. Hundreds of thieving XP. Amazing. Yeah. Now we head back down in here. We actually have a Thieves Guild. Still the starting basement bits. But now it continues this way. And we've got more stuff. We've got Mark II thieving dummies. Actually, you can learn from a static dummy at this point. We got pickpocket and trainers. We can pick their pockets. You gain a hanky point for picking his pocket. No, not like that. We're apparently not very good at this. Pickpocket. Get a hanky point. Checkpoints. What are these handkerchiefs for? Would actually be a thing here. It's actually just in the currency pouch. Somewhere. You use them to keep track of our members' training regimen. Blue handkerchiefs will earn you 1 point. Red ones worth 4. Claim a reward for any trainer with your hanky points. And hanky points, you just get them for doing stuff here and you can trade them in for XP. Which is great. Everything gives points. You can do it. There's a cap per day or week or something. Not super necessary to worry about. You can turn them in later. Bam. This is the Thieving Guild. We've got the dummies, which we can no longer learn anything from. Pickpocketing, volunteer guys. Hanky points for XP. It looks like these doors and stuff are here already, which might be later. Changes and stuff. Checkpoints. This guy. How many points do I have? 2. We reward for up to 84 more hanky points this week. It's not a lot. And here is doors and stuff. Locks and traps. This might be after. We might not actually technically have access here. What can you teach me? The locks and traps trainer, need any advice? Not really. We'll worry about this in a bit. Cell doors and chests. Practice chest, practice doors. Good XP. Does it exist? I'm not sure. A few more rooms back here just for supplies and stuff. Man, this is just the start of the Thieving Guild. We've got a series of mini quests to really liven things up in here. We will get through those next time. Goodbye.